Hello people, this is Power here with a review of the DX VS Changer Patoren 1gou set from Lupinranger vs. Patranger. I know the official romanization is Patranger, but just like how I spell Spectre with RE instead of ER, I don't really care. So I'm going to still pronounce it as Patranger because Patranger is kind of odd for me. Anyways, this is the changer that the Patrangers use to transform into, obviously, who they are, but obviously, you know, it's two Sentai series, so the Lupinrangers use it too. As you can see, I'm missing the other half of the package because, as you can see, the VS is abruptly gone, but I do like the fact it's still made with this flap. Similar to the Slash driver, which is kind of funny. But, so, as you can see, there's Patoren 1gou, 1gou, and 1gou, and a nice presentation that the VS Changer promotes the fact that it counts the card, so then people don't throw it away, to the point that they literally package it with the VS Changer. Again, DX VS Changer Patoren 1gou set. Contents: Patoren 1gou, Patrangers, really nothing. The top showcases you can get the 3 trigger machines to create Patranger, and you can get the 3 dial fighters to create Lupinranger with the help of Good Striker. Again, Keisatsu Sentai Patranger, and Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger. The back shows all the functions. Again, you can get the red dial fighter, become Lupin Red, and you can do the Ichigeki Strike and become Patoren 1gou, which I really do like. Of course, 2 AAA batteries. Again, create Patranger, and yeah, so let's get to the toy, because I'm excited. Again, this is all the contents that it comes with. Again, it comes with a card, if I can grab it. For the new Sentai data cardist machine that's similar to PowerRider, but only has the Lupinrangers and Patrangers. So I don't know if it will do well or not, but the card's pretty interesting. I think the card is again like the Lupinranger vs. Patranger. I think 3 stars in the QR code. I think this is how the cards are read, which kind of is weird, but I don't know. Decent card. You get the same card with the Lupinranger set, so kind of no point of getting both sets. But anyways, moving the VS Changer aside, here's the gimmick / main component for the Patrangers. So again, the Lupinrangers get the dial fighters, and the Patrangers get the trigger machines. But the whole gimmick line in total is named the VS machines, or VS vehicles. So this is Trigger Machine 1gou. There's 01 in the orange, and I actually do really like it. It's kind of like the Deca Ranger or Deca Runner. I forgot what that one was called. I still haven't seen Deca Ranger. But so there's blue for the lights, and it's mostly white, but there's obviously assets of red, and the trigger is red. There's the track, which, if you want to be similar, it's sort of similar to the shift cars, but obviously, as I'm going to explain, you insert these backwards instead of forward, so they won't really work. And there's a hole for the transformation of Patranger. and turn this down. It can roll. It rolls pretty well, and so, you know, if you want to roll faster, push the red trigger to extend it, and now this wheel is exposed, and so now Sugar Machine 1gou can run faster. 'Cause, you know, it can boost and such. I should stop hitting the wall. Before its transformation for Patranger, we already extended it and just pushed this down, and now we got the head and chest of Patranger, which I really do love the head. It's really neat. I forgot the last time we had a main mecha that was like this. Daiboken? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Daiboken. To transform it back, you just push that up and push it in. Or, I don't know, you can push it in and lift it up, but I don't know which way. I just prefer, you know, lifting it up and pushing it in. But yeah, so that's basically it for Sugar Machine 1gou, so let's move on to the VS Changer. So here is the VS Changer, and it's a pretty decent, like, changer. Like, I do like the color scheme, because it's white, orange, black, and there's translucent red. Obviously in the show, it's just opaque red. The size is actually pretty alright. I do feel like it's a bit too small, especially when you're using trigger machines, but because of the fact you lose the space. So, but the trigger is obviously non-existent because that would defeat the purpose of trigger machines. But it's just a flat button, which I do think is pretty interesting. And yeah, the gun is kind of weird because, you know, it's just, there's this stuff in the back. Obviously, this is where you place the dial fighters and trigger machines. There's the button for the dial fighters, and this is the button that you use to turn this around. And it can't go 360, so you can't like flip it like that way. And also, as you can see here, when you flip it up, you get the Lupinranger V emblem, and when you flip it down, you get the Patoren S emblem. So I do like that. But even this is kind of too small. But I can actually fit my pinky in there, but it's just more comfortable. I don't know what's more comfortable, doing all four or doing 3. But otherwise, for kids, it's just a pretty decent size. So turn it on. There's the on and off switch. So you get that generic sound. I kind of wish it was more unique, but you know, that's being too picky. So again, when you press the trigger, you just get generic shooting sounds, which honestly don't sound like shooting sounds. But obviously, when you switch it around, it won't do anything. You get the same turn on sound, because that's the sound of turning these. Then you get the powering down, then you get that again. And yeah, so to transform, you take your trigger machine and line it up with this rail. Like what I mentioned before, you're actually inserting these backwards, unlike most, unlike most of these rail toys. So if I can actually line it up, then you get this cool standby. Obviously, to initiate transformation, turn it down. Then press the trigger. I just really like that transformation. It's so good. it might be one of my most, it might be one of my more favorite transformations from Sentai. I don't know. I'm stupid like that. But obviously, when you fire, it actually has a new firing sound. It sounds more like an actual gun than a laser punt or something like that. So, to summon, or to, I guess, enlarge the trigger machine, push this again and lift it up. Then you get this standby again, then push it down. Push the trigger again. And that's basically it. There's no finishers, which I thought was kind of weird. That, you know, you got a gun and you don't have finishers, but that's why good striker's a thing. So overall, I actually really do like this toy. But by itself, just like most Sentai changers, they're kind of like pretty lacking. Like what I mentioned with my Tokyo Changer review, you only get the Red Russia, and you know, it's just kind of boring that you, like, you know, just have like three. You can't even do the second function because you don't have another Russia. And with, obviously, with the Ninja Ichibanto, you only had the Aka Ninja Shuriken, so you're only able to do what that does. Geo Changer is out of this because it's self-contained. The Seiza Blaster, again, you only have the Shishi Q-Tama, so you're only able to do the functions with that one. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like, my gosh, I have to buy everything else. And that kind of goes with this too, but, you know, putting that aside, because obviously we got all the others that you couldn't tell, but it's like, it's still a really fun toy. It's still kind of weird that, like, you know, you don't have a finisher, but like what I said, good striker exists. And the thing that I really like about what Lupin vs. Pat is doing is that you get to choose how you want to get your stuff. So, obviously, I got the Patoren 1gou set, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get the Red Dial Fighter with the same exact toy. So you can actually get it individually. Or you can actually, you know, there's just many different options of getting stuff. Like, you know, I can obviously get this and Trigger Machine, Nigo, and Sango, and then get the Lupin Ranger stuff in the Lupin Kaiser set. Or what I basically did, I got everything individually, so I might as well get Good Striker individually. That's what I really like. You get to choose how you want to buy your stuff. It's like, I don't know, I never feel like Bandai Japan has ever given us that freedom on how we want to get these toys, and I just feel like that's really nice of them. I digress. I really like the toy, despite the limited functionality you have, but again, that's why you get the other Dial Fighters, because that's the point of gimmicks. But yeah, that's basically it for this toy, so, this is PowerRider, and I'll leave you people. Bye.